best to recall. This city can be hard and unforgiving.
Hello, my darling Fumination. How are you? How are we on this fabulous Saturday, darlings? My name is Fumidesaluvold. For those of you that are stopping by for the very first time, you are so very welcome indeed. Well, we are having what? We're having a meet and greet, baby. We are having the most fabulous, the most wonderful Summer Splash Fumination meet and greet on the 20th of July here in London, United Kingdom at the Novotel Hotel in Hammersmith. We are going to have goodie bags. I will be updating this event on a weekly basis just to include all of the brands that are going to be coming. We have special guests, my darlings. Oh my God. And the event is going to be from 1 to 6. And darlings, for the first time ever, you are going to have an exclusive to my brand. I am so excited. I cannot wait for you guys to be there. We are also going to have vendors. We have fashion. We have style. And for those of you that are coming from different countries, get in touch with Sabali Travel. They will book your flights for you. They will book your hotel rooms for you. They are the absolute best, and they booked for Fumination last year. We're going to take pictures together. We're going to have a fabulous lunch. We're going to have fabulous cake, fabulous drinks, music, dancing. There are going to be giveaways. There are going to be prizes to be won. There is so much going to be going on. It's really an extravaganza. It is the Fumination extravaganza, and all of the brands that I love for my skin, for my hair, Healthy Hair Studio, it's going to be there. The makeup, it's going to be there. All the sweets and all the treats. It's an extravaganza. It's going to be a day to remember. And yes, my darling, it's a family occasion, so the children can absolutely come. Absolutely come. We are going to have a fabulous day, and it's going to be on a Sunday. On a Sunday, my darlings. So come along, come with the family, and be ready to be entertained. Get ready to be motivated. Get ready to be inspired with the special guests that we have. It is going to be like no other. And I did this especially for you, to show my gratitude for all that you have done for me all of these years. You're going to live for it. Tickets are below. Cannot wait to see you there. We have brands coming in. We have vendors flooding in. It is going to be an experience of experiences. So let's get into it. Why are we here? Prince Harry says he would love to reconcile with his family. Prince Harry wants reconciliation, but says King Charles won't speak to me. I don't know how much longer my father has. After losing a legal appeal over his security in the UK, the Duke of Sussex spoke with the BBC in a surprise interview. Prince Harry is speaking out after losing a legal appeal regarding his security in the UK, saying the matter has caused prolonged tension with his family. The Duke of Sussex, 40, spoke with BBC News on the 2nd of May, shortly after a judge dismissed his legal challenge concerning his reduced security after stepping back as a working member of the royal family in 2020. Prince Harry said in the new interview, "I would love reconciliation with my family. There's no point in continuing to fight anymore. Life is precious. I don't know how much longer my father has," he continued, referring King Charles, the British monarch, 76, who was diagnosed with cancer last year and is continuing treatment. "He won't speak to me because of the security stuff, but it would be nice to reconcile." Prince Harry said his security issues could be resolved through King Charles. "There's a lot of control and ability in my father's hands," he said. "Ultimately, this whole thing could be resolved through him, not necessarily by intervening, but by stepping aside, allowing the expert to do what is necessary." The palace has consistently denied that the king has the power to have Harry's security reinstated. The royal family's rift first became public in 2020 when Prince Harry and his wife Meghan Markle stepped back from the royal roles. For the Duke of Sussex, no issue is a greater sticking point than that of security, multiple placed insiders previously told People. Despite a positive meeting between the father and son in February of 2024 following the king's cancer diagnosis news, the monarch stopped taking his son's calls or responding to his letters. "He gets unavailable right now," said a friend of Harry's last year. "His calls go unanswered. He has tried to reach out about the king's health, but those calls go unanswered too." Prince Harry traveled from his California home to London to attend the two-day appeal hearing on the 8th and 9th of April, fighting for the restoration of state-funded security during his visits to the UK. As he left court on the 9th of April, the Duke of Sussex told People he was feeling exhausted and overwhelmed. He said that his worst fears have been confirmed by the whole legal disclosure in this case, and that's really sad. "This one has always mattered the most," Harry told People. Judge Sir Geoffrey Voss dismissed the appeal on the 2nd of May, calling Ravek the government's royal and VIP executive committee's decision on downgrading Prince Harry's security understandable and perhaps predictable. Even if there had been a risk analysis from the Risk Management Board, it would very likely have also confirmed the threat, vulnerability and impact levels which the Duke of Sussex has faced when earlier risk analyses were undertaken, the judge added. But it would have had nothing to say of the critical features of the changed situations, namely the need for protective security on future uncertain visits and the government's appetite for risk. In an official statement following the judge's decision, Harry said he would be writing to the Home Secretary to ask her to urgently examine the matter and review the Ravek process. The legal action has been a last resort, but one that has uncovered shocking truths, starting with the fact that the royal household are key decision makers on Ravek and my sole representation for matters regarding my family. In the BBC interview, Prince Harry said that he can't see a world where he would bring Meghan and their two children, Prince Archie and Princess Lilibet, back to the UK given the security concerns. "The things that they're going to miss is, well, everything," he said. "You know, I love my country. I always have done, despite what some people in that country have done. I miss the UK. I miss parts of the UK. Of course I do. I think that is really quite sad that I won't be able to show, my children my homeland." Elsewhere in the interview, he said, "A decision that was made most likely, in fact, I know, to keep us under the roof. But then once they realized that wasn't going to work, once they realized that myself, my wife, my kids are happier outside of the institution, then please just look at the facts. Look at the risk. Look at the threat. Look at the impact that if anything was to happen to me, my wife, or my father's grandchildren, if anything was to happen to them, look where the responsibility lies." There was a documentary I was watching maybe 10 years ago. The former queen was on her honeymoon when she was to become queen, and so she came home and she was given this advice: no matter what happens, always protect the crown. No matter what, always protect the crown. And that will mean certain sacrifices. And that will mean that you might not be very popular, even with your immediate family. But always protect the crown. I don't know why that stuck with me, but it did. And now it's becoming evidently clear to me that no matter what, the monarchy has to be protected. And it gives me much more clarity now about how Princess was treated towards the end. I remember she was at an airport and she was swarmed with paparazzi. I was only maybe 22 then, and I was in university, and I said to myself, why doesn't she have security to protect her, even though she's no longer married to Prince Charles at that time? Why isn't she still given security? Because she's a very, very public figure. As a matter of fact, she was the most photographed at that time. The narrative is that Harry left the royal family. It's never why he left the royal family. It's always that he left. And I think that when Meghan came, myself included, I said to myself, why didn't Harry give Meghan a heads up of what to expect? I now understand that I don't think Harry knew. I don't think Harry knew to the extent of what the royal family, which is also an institution, was really all about, and to the extent that they will protect the crown if it means they've got to cut off a limb or two. I also humbly believe, and I might be wrong, that as much as Harry thinks that King Charles has an influence, he just might not have. I support Harry and Meghan. I love them dearly, and I love the royal family. I just feel sincerely that Meghan had a rough ride coming into something that she had no clue about. And she only had Harry, of which Harry also did not know all the way what this institution was about and how they would stand 10 toes deep in keeping and protecting that crown. That's the legacy. Harry, I've said it before and I'll say it again. Let go and let God. It is very sad because you're a father now. And the impact and the hurt, as any parent, myself included, we always think of our children. We will always fight for our children. And even though you have made the point where some former prime ministers still get the security of which you do not, is it fair? Is it unfair? Your father is not speaking to you. It's very sad. I wish that was not the case. But we have stories of multiple families that are dysfunctional and cannot come together. Harry, go to the States, go to your family, and be grateful that you were able to get out the way that you were able to and have resources, financial resources, to survive and have your own security and pay for your own security. Ravek says, we will give you security. if you give us 28 days in advance. I don't think that's your issue. I think it's the amount of security you are asking for. And I believe that you do deserve it because of the heightened risks that you and Meghan face. I'm so very sorry. I am so very sorry because there are no winners here. Everybody is punished. It's like the old tale of Romeo and Juliet. You stuck for Meghan as you should. And they're going to make sure you pay that price. I believe your father can only do so much because he's going to get the heat also. King or not, he has to abide also to the crown. He has to abide to the crown. It's very unfortunate, Harry. But they're not prepared to overlook. They're not prepared, whomever, are not prepared to understand that there was a cause and effect. People are not prepared to believe that Meghan came with good intentions to come and be married to a prince, to start her life here, to live her life here, to be an asset to all. And I want to salute every single person that have left their home, they've left their culture, they've left their lives to relocate to another country, another language, with no friends, with no family, because you fell in love with someone who was not from your home. It's a huge sacrifice. And until you do it, you will never understand. You will never understand. To be swiped from everything that you know. It's a huge sacrifice. Meghan did it for Harry, and now Harry in turn has done it for Meghan. And in some ways, even when you do make friends and you kind of settle down, it's not home. It's not home. It's not home. That's why exile is a punishment. That's why exile is a punishment. Because when you're taken away from home, there's a part of you that is no longer there. And that's why, Harry, I feel sorry. I feel sorry for you. I do feel very sorry. The amount of time that Meghan was here, I think, is the same amount of time that you've been also in the United States. Stick together. Don't let anything break the two of you up. Be very happy and grateful that you've got two beautiful, healthy children. And believe that our Father up above is in control. Perhaps the days are just way too early. Let things settle. And no matter what, continue to extend to your Father. Continue to love Him. Continue to pray for Him and your family and your brother, who will also be the king of this country. Let go. Let God. Let go and let God. If your heart is clean and it's sincere, let go and let God. There is cause and there's effect. And they know what they did, and you know what you did in retaliation. Right, wrong, indifferent. These are where the chips are falling. And we have to live by what we have done and the ramifications and what has resulted from everybody's actions. Only you guys know. On the outside, from CNN to BBC to blogs to YouTubers, influencers, TikTokers, we don't know the whole story. Only you guys know. Only you, the intimate royal family. You're the only ones that know. And so because of that, I pray for you all that somebody somewhere will be the bigger person and say, okay, it's the hardest thing and yet it's the easiest thing to do. Because that in itself is how you're going to keep the crown protected. My love to you and to Megan, to the children. Safe trip everywhere you go. May the blood of Jesus cover you always. Do not forget to like, to subscribe, hit the notification button, and I will see you sooner than later. All of my love.